Hello, I am so glad that you've chosen to join us for this webinar that addresses the high quality pre-kindergarten component of program evaluation. This webinar is an abbreviated version of the existing webinar on the same subject that is available on TEA's website. And there is a copy of the slide deck within the control panel that you can access. My name is Tamala Olsby. I work for the Early Childhood Education Division of the Texas Education Agency. So let's look first at what our agenda is for this time together. We will begin by doing an overview of the high-quality pre-kindergarten components that are referenced in HB3. We will focus most of our time on program evaluation, looking at what statute says, what the commissioner's rule says, what it means, and looking at a couple of frequently asked questions. We will also look at the early childhood program self-assessment briefly, and then we will end our time together looking at some resources and some support that might be needed. So let's begin briefly by looking at an overview of all of the components. This slide lists them all: curriculum, student progress monitoring, teacher qualifications, teacher-student ratio, family engagement, program evaluation, and data reporting. And again, the focus of this particular webinar is on program evaluation. All of the information contained within this presentation comes from at least one of the three sources that are listed on this slide. Please note that the high-quality pre-kindergarten components are applicable to all programs, districts, open enrollment charters, districts of innovation that are serving eligible 4-year-old students using foundation school program funding. So here we go. What are the requirements that focus on a pre-kindergarten program evaluation? This slide articulates what is in statute and what is in commissioner's rule regarding program evaluation for eligible 4-year-old students. And you will notice it says that a school district shall select and implement appropriate methods for evaluating the district's program classes by measuring student progress, and make that data from the results of the program evaluation available to parents. So what specifically does this mean? Well, LEAs must select and implement a method of evaluating their pre-kindergarten program. That is a must. That program evaluation must include measuring student progress, and the results from the program evaluation must be made available to parents. Perhaps we might want to start with the definition of a program evaluation. This one says a program evaluation is the systematic collection of information about the activities, characteristics, and outcomes of programs to make judgments about the program, improve program effectiveness, and/or inform decisions about future program development. That is the essence of what a program evaluation is. Let's look at a couple of frequently asked questions. Here's one: how often should a program evaluation be done? And the answer is simple: it should be done annually. The next question: I know TEA has developed a program evaluation tool. Do LEAs have to use that tool in order to meet this high quality component? And the answer is no. And you are right, TEA has developed the Early Childhood Program Self-Assessments and the Early Childhood Program Self-Assessment Guide to assist personnel in meeting this high quality requirement. But LEAs are able to determine which program evaluation tool they want to use. Remember, in statute and in Commissioner's Rule, it said that the evaluation must at least look at the student progress monitoring data. This is a great segue over to our Early Childhood Program Self-Assessment. And if you are not familiar with these tools, I'd like to briefly introduce you to them. Again, this tool would satisfy the requirements of the program evaluation component, but the use of this tool is not mandated. Here are the three current tools. To the left, you'll see the pre-K version of the Early Childhood Program Self-Assessment. All the way to the right is the kindergarten version, and right in the middle is the guide. They are all currently under revision due to some changes in legislation necessitated by HB 3. So the information shared today is on the current versions. The new versions are very, very close to being released. And 2 more grade levels are going to be added. So there will be a pre-K version, a K version, a first grade, and a second grade version. This slide lists the areas that LEAs would evaluate if using the Early Childhood Program Self-Assessment as their program evaluation tool. As you can see, the tool is quite extensive. The components are access enrollment, administration and teaching staff, curriculum, instruction, assessment, learning environments, family engagement, and transition. Each of these components lists strategies and 3 levels of quality. Those 3 levels of quality are developing, proficient, and exemplary. Each level of quality has a brief descriptor. In using the tool, LEAs would read the descriptions under each level of quality and then consider which level they meet. Results of this program evaluation can then be analyzed and inform continuous improvement plans. Let's look now at some resources and support that may assist you in complying with this high quality component. We begin by giving you the links to the Early Childhood Program Self-Assessments that we spoke about earlier. The next bullet point is for Texas Rising Star. This website is designed for early learning centers that are not part of an LEA, but it does contain really good information regarding assessing quality that you might find helpful. The next bullet point is for the 2015 Texas Pre-Kindergarten Guidelines. And this document serves as a guide to what students should be learning in pre-kindergarten. And the last resource on this page is CLI Engage. There is a wealth of information on this website regarding all aspects of pre-kindergarten quality. And as always, the Early Childhood Education Division of TEA is ready and willing to support your efforts in increasing the quality of your pre-kindergarten program. Please visit our website that is listed here, and do not hesitate to contact us when needed. I'd like to leave you with a quote today. It says, from Mark Twain, Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Assessing one's program as part of a continuous improvement process is an effective way to build the quality of our Texas pre-kindergarten programs. Please be reminded that there is a longer version of this webinar that goes into much more detail, and it is available on TEA's website. Thank you so much for joining us today.